If only you could see me now. If only you could tell me why you disappeared, you made me cry. So don't come back. Oh, you never took the time to say. You didn't think you should explain. Like I don't care, you're kidding me. Don't do that. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. I tried to be the best for you. When you broke my heart in two. Oh, saying you didn't know, but I know you do. It's a fact. Oh, I don't tell anybody, no. That I'm feeling so miserable. All my friends tell me to be strong. If they're right, why does it feel so wrong? Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move. Just because you hurt doesn't mean my heart don't want you. Footprints in the dirt, following your every move, even though it hurts. Hey baby, do you believe me when I say I miss you so? It seems like your mind is elsewhere. Whenever we're on the phone, always on the go. Like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're wrong for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. Hey cheater, do you feel better now that you've broken my trust? Oh, boy, do you even remember that love is more than just lust? Always on the go, like you got a place to be, never on your own. Something you're not telling me, yeah. I believe it's true. You're wrong for someone new. I've never felt this stupid, thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough for you. I've had enough of you. You're just too much. I'm way too good for you. You're just a bluff. I'm so fed up with you. It's bad enough that I'm way too good for you. is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough of you. I believe it's true, you're all for someone new. I've never felt this stupid thinking I'm enough for you. Tell me, is she cute? Is she my substitute? I've never felt so certain that I've had enough of you.
Big Chevy.
No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all, to the edge of it all.
Hey,
So tell your good night. to know what I'm getting into. Yeah, nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your goodbyes, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your goodbyes, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
Boppity, boppity, bop. We are back, we are back, we are back. Shout out to the CIA, confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. How we doing? Everybody get the likes up. Come on, come on. I shouldn't have to keep asking. Get the likes up. Hit the like button, people. The Godfather's back in the house, and the house is packed. Of course. Candle of the evening. We had to break out the Holywood tonight. Palo Santo from Lalabo, and the fragrance of the evening, the king of all fragrances, Creed Aventus. A special one by far. It ain't called the king for no reason. So, hope everybody had a good weekend. It was chock full of excitement and busy over on this side, because you know your Godfather's always doing what he got to do. Pull that back. Pull that over. There we go. All right. Big Shirley. How you doing, Shirley, now? Shirley? Otasia? And the rest of the gang. Y'all about to, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and sit down. Grab you a glass of wine. Settle in for what's about to happen. Because winter is coming. Winter is coming. There are some people who do watch Game of Thrones and some people who don't watch Game of Thrones. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, you are missing something it had about its similar size of cultural impact upon the world as Star Wars and The Godfather. So if you've chosen not to watch Game of Thrones for whatever reason, winter is coming are the words of House Stark. All the great houses of Westeros have words, a saying, a motto. And House Stark is one of the oldest great houses in Westeros, dating almost back to the beginning of recorded history. Let me just say this. Man, if y'all haven't watched Game of Thrones, you're going to miss a lot of cultural impact. So I don't care why you haven't get caught up. Because there are all kind of quotes and stuff that I see people on YouTube missing all the time. Because you're not plugged into the world. And it's kind of like use the force. If you haven't watched Star Wars, you missing out on a common language. Throw in the towel. If you haven't watched Rocky, you don't know what that means. So when somebody say, I woke up this morning and chose violence, it has something to do with this. When we say, winter is coming. The North remembers. Vala Morghulis. Vala Doharis. There's all kind of stuff in this show that people walk around saying, just like leave the gun, take the cannoli. Okay, so that's my input. So why is this so important? Because I chose Game of Thrones because Winter is coming is right, no matter how you put it. Even after and winter in Westeros is not winter in the United States. Winter in Westeros can last as few as a few months and as long as 100 years or 30 years. And when it happens to last a long, long time, it gets into a period of being called the long night. The long night is when winter came, and then when the imminent threat from the north of the wall, the wall is a geographical barrier between the frozen north, where the White Walkers live, and the rest of Westeros. It's where all of this stuff happens, and that's where this story was set. This is a scene uh, from episode 1. For the first time in hundreds of years, human beings actually saw what is called a White Walker. I want you to think of a White Walker as a zombie with superpowers. They're tall, they're strong, they're immortal. And one of their biggest powers is the Night King. He can reanimate corpses and add them to his army. There's so much import about Game of Thrones that we're going to get into. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just kind of rock with it. Winter's coming, though, ladies. And what does it mean? Well, whenever Ned Stark or anybody from House Stark would say winter's coming, they're not wrong. Because eventually, even if summer is over, winter's coming back. And even if it's just over, it's coming back. If you're in the middle of it, it's coming back. And trust me, when winter comes, you want to be prepared because bad things happen in the winter. Why am I saying winter is coming? Because, ladies, hot girl summer is about to be over. And like it or not, everything is coming to an end. For the last 2 years, we've lived under a global pandemic, recession, job slowdowns, unemployment, all things that people have been able to avoid because of long-term unemployment, rent moratoriums, but all that is over. After June 30th, the landlords aren't being mean, they want their money. And I want you guys to understand that there are people out there today, and in particular, we're talking to the ladies, who have not paid rent since March of 2020. August, the schools open. That means all those kids go back. That means there is no reason for you not to go back to work. And what's going to happen is so many women are going to go back to their jobs that they haven't been at for the longest, and they're going to find out that they have been replaced. Winter is coming. Yeah, the Night King. Yeah, 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 yeah. The Night King. The Night King is the leader of the White Walkers. And it's an imminent threat. You can't kill these things because we can't kill them. They're difficult, they're almost impossible to kill. But why is this important? Because just like in any zombie movie, it's not something that can be avoided. It's not something that can be avoided. It's something that is an imminent threat, going to happen no matter what and no matter what you say about it, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, it's going to happen. So, just like the rest of us, what have you been doing for the last year to prepare for winter? Have you been stocking your money? What have you been doing? And the reality is, many people gotta admit, particular women, they gotta admit they've been doing nothing. They haven't saved any of that money. They've just been doing what they're doing because in our country, in the West, women have always been bailed out. Guess what? There's not enough money to bail anybody out anymore. Look at what the likes are, you guys. understanding is called Ned Stark, and he's teaching his son Brand why he cut a man's head off who deserted the Night's Watch, the guys who guard the wall. He said, "Do you know why I did it?" Well, because he deserted it. He's like, "No, do you know why I did it? Why I cut his head off?" He's like, "The man who passed the judgment should swing the sword." Ladies, this information I'm kind of go over at a high level has been vetted by PhDs across the globe, several here on YouTube. This information that we're talking about, we have been talking about for years. Shout out to Master Teacher. He knows I'm not going to say his name because I don't want him to get trolled. But the men have been talking about actually when he came along and started saying, "Hey, I got a bunch of 92 octane men who need to get their image together. Can you come help coach my guys up?" And the hell I went through talking to black men for the first 3 years about their image. So I find it funny when my critics and detractors say how mean you are to women, that you have no idea what a coach is. You want a nanny, and a coach helps you get better for an outcome. Anyway, as we move forward, he said he's been trying to tell folks that this global recession is about to happen. And what's about to happen has never been happened before, because we have had people who haven't had a job, who haven't had work for over a year and a half, haven't paid rent for over a year and a half. And they're going to go back and find out that they've been automated. They've been downsized. Companies haven't lost a lot of money. And in September of 2020, we had something called a She Session where we lost 880,000 jobs that are female. I'm going to have lots of data this week because you guys have been living in a fantasy land. You think that it's not going to happen. You think there's going to be some kind of bailout. There's going to be something else. There's going to be nothing. People right now are being put on the streets. In Dallas-Fort Worth, the constables are moving people out, putting their stuff on the front yard. You want to know what's coming, ladies? They're decriminalizing the oldest profession in the book. In New York City right now, the governor, the mayor said we're not going after people who are loitering the streets. So, like it or not, some parts of Manhattan, some parts of the five boroughs have been turned into right there in the streets. Go to World Star, you'll see the video yourself. Broad daylight, transactions happening on a stoplight. Guess what? That's New York. Guess where else it's about to come? California. States across the country, because why? There's not enough money to give to people. And if you're a woman and you have a regular job, you know, let's just look at it. If you were not an essential worker during the pandemic, you are at risk. I was in Neiman Marcus the day they shut the world down, and I had never seen panic like that before. And all those women's eyes, because many of them have been with that company for 10, 20, 10, 5, 10, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. All they had done is retail. Neiman Marcus is on the verge of bankruptcy, and the only thing that saved Neiman Marcus was the pandemic. Those women over there know they are coming back. And when the world stops again, many of these 40-year-old women are not going to have a job to go to and have no skills in the environment. Ladies, winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, and when winter comes, it does not, and this is not just the winter. We are heading into what I'm going to call the long night. It's not going to just be 3 months. It's not going to just be 6 months. We're talking about a global reset for the world. The world, I have been studying this for the better part of 2 years. Look at what's going on in South Korea and Japan. You think it's a joke? You think it's a game? There are villages in Japan where people are outnumbered by freaking dolls. I'm not kidding. Japan is dying. An aging population and a group of people who are not dating. They're not dating. They're not marrying. They're not getting together. You know what it's called? Hikomori. Socially withdrawal. Socially withdrawn. These I'm talking about men 45 and under. Same thing with women. Remember we talked about Korukoshi? People dying in their apartments. We talked about Xingyu. Leftover cake, leftover women. Ladies, it's here. Winter is coming. August will be it. August, when the schools open, the people who have not been working will be forced to go back to work because their children must be in school. The daycares that are left will be there. What are you going to do if you go and have a job and you've been downsized, you've been automated? How many people have been to a McDonald's recently? And you'll notice that most of the front register staff is gone. It's kiosks. The largest two employers in our community of black women are federal government and retail. Retail is dead. We have 26.4 square feet of retail space for every American. The next largest developed country has 6. We have 6 times too many retail spaces. This is why you're seeing dying malls across the country. And what's going on? Because so many women are not being told to think about their long term. This is coming as a surprise. This is why women in Korea are saying we need to, the society is not set up for single people. And what the society needs to do is re-engineer itself for singles. Bullshit. It's not going to happen. Basically, what women in Korea and Japan are hoping that single men who had no family, no children, and have been locked out of the sexual marketplace because of this hypergamy will somehow come and save their lives. Not going to happen. It is going to be survival of the fittest. I want you guys to understand what I'm really saying. Women are really banking on the fact that we need to re-engineer society to have us social benefits. I wish I could play a part of that video, but I don't want to get a copyright. You know what? I think maybe we should do that because I think we need to hear it so you guys can understand exactly how bad it is. Hold on. We're talking about Japanese, Korean women who are florists, women who are doing things with, pet groomers and stuff like that. It's not a game. Watch later. Best music. Winter is coming. Here we go. Here we go. This is a pet groomers and stuff like that. It's not a game. This is a preview of a probable future. Why do you think you guys have been seeing so many movies like Book of Eli? Why do you think you've been seeing shows like The Walking Dead, dystopian universe? Because this is what's on the horizon.
In Korea, of the 7.8 million women in their 30s and 40s, 17.176%, or 1.38 million, are single. Now, in the 21st century, marriage is no longer a necessity, but rather an option, and many women choose to remain single. Yet, there is not enough social security for them, creating a blind spot of the structural system. Let's learn more about the issue and what needs to be done to improve the current conditions.
Now, I want you to understand what they said, that marriage is now an option. That's the way it was marketed, but it's not an option. They're talking about the social safety net of these countries to where people under 40 are not marrying and dating. Think about Black America. 1 in 4 married. I want you to think about how many of our women are not going into science, engineering, technology, math. You're not in careers that are revenue producing. You're in office jobs. You're running override. This is a glimpse into what is here. It's not coming. It is here and has been here and was going to hit starting in September. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. I don't like that. It's too long.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Pay attention. Oh, that's the wrong one. Pay attention. Oh, you're going to hear that too. Hey, big head. You're going to hear lots of hey, big heads. in the future because they don't know what to do with themselves. Fair use.
Chung Eun-mi is a 41-year-old florist who dreamed of becoming a good wife and wise mother as a child.
I want you to go back to that. That woman is a 41-year-old who dreamed of being a mother, a wife, and a child. That's what women, that's our normal roles. The world is not set up for a bunch of singles.
The majority of people, she thought she had to get married and form a family when she was younger. But her perspective has changed a lot.
I gained a genuine passion and desire for my career in my early 30s. Therefore, I naturally focused more on my work than romantic relationships, and time passed very quickly.
Chung is not the only one who chooses to remain unmarried. Many women in their 30s and 40s do too. According to the National Statistical Office, 1,384,047 women in their 30s and 40s were single as of 2015.
I want you to understand, listen to how this is being promoted as though it's a choice and as though it's noble. This is what they told them too, ladies. And this person is not speaking like
Winter is coming.
he's not speaking like that. He's speaking as though, hey, we just need to reimagine the world that's been working this way for thousands of years in a generation. Oh, and the men who exist right now are going to pay for it. And don't you worry, you don't need to worry about getting married in the time where your body is best to do it. You can choose to decide to do it later on if you want to. This is what I'm saying, black women, I'm not your enemy. This is what's been told to the West to get women into the workforce. Now they're done with you. They don't need you anymore. They don't need men to dig ditches like they used to either. Men understand you are still it's about how much money you have. And if you are not making enough money to live through your retirement, no one can stay alone. At least men know the streets coming to work for us. At least men know this.
She belongs to the streets.
We know the streets is waiting for us. Ladies, you don't really believe that you are going to be homeless. You are so wrong.
And that figure is more than twice that of 10 years ago. The drastic jump largely resulted from women's increased labor force participation. Also, Korea remains a patriarchal society.
Marriage is not only a union of two lovers, but of families, which I found very burdensome. I wasn't sure if I could take care of all the things that occur in my husband's family while pursuing my career.
This woman is calling what she does a career. It's a job. I wasn't sure that I could take on all the things. Well, congratulations. You're going to, and I want you to understand, I'm using this to juxtapose against how many times you hear this in our community. And ladies, what's approaching for them is here for you too. If you don't get yourself in a position to where you understand you are not the prize. You aren't doing a man a favor. If you're over a certain age, oh God, hold on.
Currently, 40% of female workers have irregular jobs and earn about $1,500 per month on average. Indeed,
Irregular.
the low income has a negative influence on housing stability.
Irregular, meaning flaky, unstable, earning $1,500 a month. They didn't say $18,000 a year. And has an impact upon their employment. Means they're broke. They're broke with flaky jobs and no real future. See, you think I'm being harsh. It's because it's softening words like this that have lulled you to sleep, to let you think that "Yeah, I don't need no man." Oh, you need a man. You need a man like you never knew before because
Winter is coming.
winter is coming. You see that? Winter is coming. No more hot girl summer, no more twerking. Once you're over 35 or 40 years old, what do you have? You got bad knees, bunions, and type 1 diabetes.
Majority of single women live alone and the residential environments vary depending on economic status. Naturally, there are concerns about women being targets of sexual assault and other crimes, especially for those living in poorer areas, as it is clear that the number of violent crimes against women has been increasing recently.
When you're broke, you live in a poor area and you're unprotected. We need protection. Your protection is called a husband and a family. That's the way the world is structured. Because the men who have made this, and see, I can hear a lot of women talking about, see, it's because of the patriarchy. Yeah, the patriarchy had a way to keep you safe. It's called a family. And it's worked for tens of thousands of years. And if you want something better, you ladies need to dream of it. And you need to figure out intergeneration and implement it. Because what works and has worked to build the world that you are so comfortable with right now is what you've rebelled against, what you've chosen to fight against. And you're going to have to build it. And I got news for you, especially in our community. BGS said it best. You got about 5 years before this stuff is, 5 to 6 years before this is permanent. Before this 13% minority we are is officially integrated into this world, into this country. The black community as it exists, the memories, things that grew up in my childhood, you can't have it without family. You can't do it with baby mamas and singles. No. So ladies, guess what? It is going to be a requirement for you ladies to come back to the table with a solution and be competitive for the man that you want and hope you can beat your non-black competition. It is a 180-degree mind shift. And you know what's going to help you understand that?
Winter is coming.
When you go down in New York City and you start seeing people doing business, when you start seeing men and women transacting business right there on the stop sign, when you start seeing these countries, these other cities start to decriminalize this activity, when you start to see why do you think OnlyFans and stuff has grown so much? But guess what? The average woman on OnlyFans makes $500. You guys think that there are more options than there are out there. How are you going to be a 40-year-old OnlyFans model? It's not going to work. You need a man. And men are sitting back like this. Men are sitting back. You know what men are sitting back doing this?
Be gone, fuck!
That's what men are sitting back saying. I am not going to be your second or third option because
Winter is coming.
you are going to have to figure this out, ladies. So I need women to have a sense of urgency like this.
Get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper! Shout out to Obsidian. Get to the chopper. It is time. It is time. Winter is on you, ladies. Look at Japan. Look at South Korea. And that is what's here for the black community in particular and the rest of the West. We're just the beginning.
A recent survey conducted by the Seoul Metropolitan Government on women in their 40s and 50s living alone, only 36.9% responded that they were preparing for old age. Also,
Less than 50% of women, even over there, are admitting they're preparing for old age. So when I ask women, height, weight, dress size, they think it's so funny. When I ask, how do you plan on getting from retirement age? How many women are just like, what? What? And see, I know there are women out there like, you just making this shit up.
Liar!
I'm not lying. This is what it is. This is the truth. This is the truth. And this is why you see so many of these people want to pitchfork and flame other kind of stuff, because this kind of information has been kept from you. And your first reaction is,
I hate you!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you do that, but 2 + 2 is 4, no matter who is saying it. Look at Korea and Japan. They're telling you what's about to happen. They're telling you what's about to happen. But see, while all this is going on, while this is happening in Korea and Japan, you got women over here talking about hot girl summer doing this.
22. Pew, pew, pew. Pew,
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, hot girl summer. mama. Girl, we gonna twerk it up. Yeah, we gonna get your money. Throat baby. Meanwhile,
Winter is coming.
So, 81.2% of them answered that they were unable to prepare for their later years because they couldn't afford to do so. But there's barely any governmental support for them. 39-year-old Kim Hyun-ju works for the Cooperative Society of an animal hospital in Seoul. And
she works for the Cooperative Society for effing animal hospital. Whoever does that and thinks they're going to live a life of abundance? Who can do that alone? Go back to the photo before that, which is a bunch of women with cats.
mentioned, 39-year-old Kim Hyun-ju works for the Cooperative Society of an animal hospital in Seoul.
This ain't cute. This ain't funny.
And she mentioned that Korean single women are stuck in the blind spot of social welfare. More than anything, the biggest fear comes from the fact that there are many structural limits if they suffer from any diseases.
If I needed medical surgery, only my direct family members are eligible to sign the consent form. I currently live with my friend, who is single as well, but she would not be eligible to sign the form, even if my life depended on it.
Well then, damn it, what are you going to do about it? You know these rules exist, Sha'Carri Richardson. Don't smoke weed before the Olympics and complain that you got disqualified. That's how I feel about it. Even though I'm for the legalization of all of it. You know the rules. And you're going to be a cat mom dealing in the cat outreach for foster cats. I mean, really? Really? She's going to be a cat mom for foster cats. And then go sit back and talk about, well, now I'm 45 years old, and if something break on my machine that it always gonna break, the government needs to change the rules to benefit me and my cat life. You out of your damn mind.
As a cat owner, Kim formed a gathering of fellow single women with animal companions. The best thing about this gathering.
Remember my old tagline?
I'm a PhD.
I like that. I didn't make that shit up out of nowhere. Buy a dog or die alone. I didn't make that up out of nowhere. I'm a learned, studied man. Here it's dogs, there it's cats. We're with other cat moms, sitting around doing cat stuff, but we're going to end up dying alone with our cats. Well, you have a new cat because the cat will die before you.
Is that they have good neighbors to rely on in times of emergency.
Get the lights up.
Who also have the same interests and concerns.
There are certain hardships we experience because we chose to remain unmarried. We share those things, relate to one another, and get healed along the way.
There are certain hardships that we experience because we have chosen to remain unmarried and lower earners. See, if you want to choose to be unmarried, fine. You need to make 2 incomes. But you cannot choose to be unmarried and lower income and then expect it to be someone else. What if I say all the time, hey pal, the world does not owe you or me understanding. You have chosen this. So now it's time to deal with the outcome of your freedom and your choices.
Winter is coming.
Now see, in America, in our community, you know what one of those choices are? You want to know what one of these solutions is? Here's what it is. That's what the solution is. All these PhDs failed 92 octanes, failed 100 octanes. The ones who couldn't get the ball, oh, I'm going in on Tuesday and Thursday on Instagram. The IG models, the baddies, the IG 100 octanes of the baddies, the ballers, and the executives. Oh yeah, We going there. That's right. Because I said it before and I say it again. I've been saying that y'all didn't understand the chess move Russell Wilson was doing in Sierra. Sierra played her cards well. She won. Russell Wilson played his even better, even though a lot of people do want to call him simp. You just don't understand the level of the game. Who's still running around out here talking about
She belongs to the streets.
who's winning right now? Who's winning the PR battle? Who's winning the image battle? But see, then you got women who are just as attractive or on the same kind of elite beauty level as Sierra who can't get a man. And now they're resorting to, oh, wasn't one of my critics sitting around talking some shit about me and then they sent to somebody else? Hey girl, how you doing? That man was married, you know that, right? I know. And he has a wife. You don't. I said it before, I meant it. Guys, be prepared. Be prepared for the hey big head, hey big head, hey big head, hey big head, hey big head. That is the black woman in particular's way of saying, hey, it's cold out here.
Winter is coming.
I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta get a copyright free version of Baby It's Cold Outside because it is getting cold. Hard to think about this, but in July, winter is coming. The TV is tripping. I don't like what that's going on behind it. Too much stuff. Too much stuff going on. Y'all get the premise. Too much stuff going on. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Coming. Come ride it. Come on, winter train. Come ride it.
Outside the welfare system, single women have to find their own means to secure their futures, and they're calling on a change in the family-centered social policies.
Outside of they're calling upon the government to bail them out. I got news for you ladies. You're calling upon not the government. Not the government. Gentlemen, who are they calling upon to fix it? The very men you've chosen not to marry, chosen not to reproduce with, chosen not to do your part of the social contract, and now once you're old, used, and lacking use to the very men, you want the government, which is men. What is the government can change it? Let's just say the government changed it. The government in Japan is majority men. And the men over there don't have wives, girlfriends, significant others, or children. And you want them to pay for your choices. Absolutely not. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
That is what's coming, ladies. You choose to be single? Good. You don't need no man? Fine. But now you cannot decide to go to your Facebook friends or to the government because it's still run by the very men who are thinking like this.
Be gone, fuck!
You can't get mad because now the bill is due. Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
See, what modern men have said is you ladies want everything and you want to put in nothing. Like that woman said, it's too hard to be a wife and this and that. I need to do me. And men are like this.
I've just about had enough of you.
No, I've had enough. They're done. They're like, no. This is why men are choosing to decide to do nothing or go elsewhere. There are levels of survival that men are prepared to accept. And you ladies need to understand that men are not stupid. Men are not stupid. Men are not foolish. So, ladies, understand what's going to happen when it gets really cold outside and them hey big head texts and them hey big head messages keep getting left on red. Oh, and your light bill is due. We got the second strain of the thing out here. We go back into another lockdown, and there's not going to be another round of money because you should have done something in this time. when the next round goes, what you gonna do? I think if you're a woman today and you got a man who's decent, you are an effing fool to leave him. But again, you think you have options that you don't have. And then what do you think's gonna happen when you decide, uh-oh, it happened again? You're gonna start running towards men and men are gonna be like, run away, run away, run away, run away. What just happened? Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Let's finish this up. Fair use.
The taxes
means to secure their futures, and they're calling on a change in the family-centered social policies.
Because the tax system, welfare policies, and even the medical insurance system are designed for families, they alienate unmarried women and single-person households. Therefore, our society needs to find ways to embrace and support them rather than merely trying to treat the symptoms.
Policies.
Say it again, lady.
Because the tax system, welfare policies, and even the medical insurance system are designed for families, they alienate unmarried women and single-person households. Therefore, our society needs to find ways to embrace and support them rather than merely trying to treat the symptoms.
What?
Because the society benefits the men who created it and made this world run. You need the men to fix it so you can get a better outcome for your unmarried single self and don't want to do nothing for a man.
What?
What? What? Buy a dog, die alone. Men are tired of hearing this psychobabble BS. You need to fix it so we can live our lives as so we can take care of cats in our lives. But you need to pay for it, man. If you
What?
For marriage to be truly an option for both genders, the general perception towards singles should be transformed along with new practical policies to meet their needs.
Do you hear that BS? For marriage an option for both genders. So they're trying to tie it into it'll help men too. Men aren't the ones complaining. They didn't speak about one man's issue in there. And what I want you to understand is this has been a program that was marketed to get women into the workforce to reduce the cost of labor. But now automation and computers and everything, they don't need the surplus. And the thing is, people are living too high on the hog, too much, we want too much, and that's the problem. We're living beyond our means globally. That's why when we have this global recorrection, people are on the street, they're going to be there. Ladies, you're going to be on the street too. There's no place for you. There's no place for you and her and her and her and her and her. So either you're going to either have a platonic marriage, live with a bunch of women, or maybe, just maybe, you may decide to figure out how you can actually interact and get along with a man. But see, the thing is, let me tell you what the men are saying. They're not trying to be your last option. Men don't want women coming to them like this. I mean, the smart ones of you, the smart women, recognize like Sierra and say, you know what? Even though I got the goodies, I better cash out while I still have high value. If you are over 30, wait, I am going to set Instagram on fire tomorrow. If you are over 25 and an 8, 9, or 10, you better consolidate on the highest value man that you currently have that wants to take you down the aisle. Pull the lever, push the button, jump out of the mother effing plane.
Get to the chopper!
Get out. Do not do like so many other of our women and overstay your welcome. We have so many 8, 9 to 10 beautiful black women who, because black don't crack, whatever, you are in your 30s and you think you have more options than you truly have. You have an appetite that is up here. You want men that are up here, but you should have married when you were down, when you were this age. So many of our women are sitting back looking at these women because they can date and deal. No. Beyonce was smart. She stayed with her Jay-Z. Ciara was smart. She checked her ego. And she proved herself. She broke herself and proved herself to remember Russell Wilson such a sip. Russell said, you're gonna pay a bill. You're gonna go a year and detox. And I'm going to make in front of everybody, you're gonna prove that you deserve me. A year with no sex. Now we're gonna say it in the public, and you're gonna sign on to it. And then after that, then we'll go down, and you'll get everything you want. And Ciara was smart. She said, well, instead of
She belongs to the streets.
I've had this background, and that has one kind of outcome, and I have this over here. I'm going to take it over here. That's why making good is like, So don't tell me there's not a pattern, but it requires you being realistic and being humble and getting rid of this damn, I got my job and this and that. Your job ain't shit. Most of y'all don't want to work. And you ask the average woman over 40, and they are miserable having to work so hard. But you've got so much student loan debt, so much consumer debt. So it is only going to be an infinitesimally small group of you that can even afford to get a man that's in the top 1% who's going to be, and if he would be willing to possibly take on your financial load. Why am I saying this? Because I hear from women often who believe they're dating like they're still 22 and they're 30 plus. And when it hits the middle class, like it's about to happen,
Winter is coming.
it's going to also do like the recession of 2008, and it's going to touch the upper middle class. Unless you are in the high six, for men who are making $150,000, $200,000 or more, you are good. And the more you're making, the better. Especially for the men who are tradespeople who have no real student loan debt. But you ladies, only 9% of you earn $75,000 or more. And I will tell you, most of the women I know who earn a significant amount of money, they earn it. But all things being equal, if you ask, and they could be risk being honest, they would tell you, I would rather be a wife. I would rather have a life other than what was marketed to me. So listen and listen closely. This is already here. And I want you to pay real close attention, because I know I've given a lot, and we're gonna stay on this subject all week. This is the new normal. There is no going back. This is not a short-term blip. This is not a recession. This is not a temporary downturn. This is an actual reset. Meaning, you used to be here, now it's here. This is the new floor. The World Trade Centers, missed those buildings. 2 majestic towers in New York City were knocked down. Regardless as to what you believe, they're gone. They did not try to rebuild those 2 places. They did one thing, and something else is there. That is the new normal. Remember that. Those buildings don't exist anymore. Everything before that and after that, but that's a market event. This is a reset. And you have an opportunity, if you're watching this kind of content, and you really want a different outcome, and you're not stuck upon the, I hate him and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. If you're not stuck in the old,
I hate you!
if you're not stuck in all that, and you can really hear and listen and understand, you have an opportunity. Because most women in this country, especially in our community, are not hearing this. Think of the movie Titanic. The iceberg has been hit. You didn't see the iceberg get hit, but you felt it. And you could still get out and see. This is before the ship starts to sink. But while the ship is still here, water is flowing in. The Titanic has sunk. Remember when he said this boat can stay afloat with the first two compartments, but not three? He says, from right now, no matter what we do, the Titanic will founder. Look, we are in a position to where we have passed it is sinking. And I need you ladies to really get your mind around this. This is not short term. This is not doom and gloom. This has been forecasted, discussed for years. The structural reasons to why this is happening. Why else do you think out of nowhere New York and California just decided to decriminalize the oldest profession? And Oregon's talking about it. It's talking about any city that has more liberal and more densely populated. Why? Why do you think in the Midwest we had the opioid crisis? Because when you gut industry, you have to anesthetize a certain amount of men in their population so they don't y'all better ooh-ee. Be quiet before I end up look. Over here we're good. Over here we got Blake Henrys. We got hit squads. Gentlemen, understand something. If you are a single man with no children and you are earning $75,000 or more, you are now platinum. Shout out to platinum. If you're making six figures or more, you are now diamond level. If you're making $55,000 to $60,000, you are gold. You are far more valuable than you have ever been. And here's the trick. You guys don't know how valuable you are. And that is why so many of my critics and detractors are angry at me, because I am waking men up to their true value. That's why they want me shut up. That's why they want me off this. They don't, because of the impact it's having upon right-thinking men and right-thinking women. It is making it more and more, it is making it less and less possible for men to get bad deals. That's why every day I walk out in this world, I get love from men. Every single day. Shout out to the two young dudes. Hadn't even hit puberty yet. No offense, but y'all still look young to me. They could barely get the words out. Those dudes had to be 14, 15. Thank you. Those men are going to have a different outcome because they're not going to accept bad deals. And here's the reality, especially in the black community, black women. You think the one show I talked about, why are you losing your high value black men to non-black women? If you only really understood the amount of non-black women who are around this space looking for the things you're gladly throwing away, it's coming for them too. Winter's coming for everybody. It'll just hit us first. What are you going to do? Because the net of it, if you don't make enough money for two incomes, and if you are not planning for the future, retirement, everything else between now and the end of life, you can't go through life by yourself. You are preparing to be just like those women in Korea and Japan, at the mercy of the government. And the government is run by men who are sitting back saying, what? We need to change something? The men are like,
What?
we need to change what? No. But I'll open the call line. I'm open the call line. I want to hear what the women have to say. Because now, I think a lot of women don't believe it. I think a lot of women didn't believe it. I think a lot of women did not believe it. And I think some women are like
You
this.
are fake news.
Yeah, I think some women are like, yeah, this is fake news. And brothers are like this.
This is Sparta!
You got men who are just like, yes. Don't rejoice too much, guys, because it's coming for you too. But the thing is, men always knew. Ladies, if you don't want to be out here in this, what you gonna do? This is your warning signal. Winter is coming. This is your warning signal. This is your warning time. What are you going to do? Winter is coming. Winter is here. What are you going to do? Or if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, you think I'm just selling doom and gloom, and it's not that bad. All you need is a PhD and to sell some mink eyelashes. How you gonna sell mink eyelashes to people who don't have jobs? For all you ladies who are making money off of your business, congratulations. I am down for entrepreneurship. But how you gonna make money when you got people who are unemployed and they don't have a place to stay? 41% of I don't even want to go into that. What does the average woman in this country make? What are we gonna do, people? What are you gonna do, ladies? Because you can't act like it's just not there. You know, I know my show in particular, I get a bunch of women who claim to be six-figure earners and all this, but yeah, right. Time to get into it. Let's have the call line open because I really want to hear. What's the plan, ladies? Winter is here.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré. De dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré. De dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. Plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Ain't that right? Is that not the right link? There it is. All right, so here's what I want to talk to. I want to talk to the women who really want a different outcome, or the women who disagree. Because what I would like none better is to see women actually survive this mess. To recalibrate and get with a man and have a suitable outcome. Because, look, if you are good with your PhD, everybody, and I know I got a lot of PhD folks think I'm just picking on them. It's just a tagline, okay? But if you're good being single, and you don't want a man, and you got your money, and you're not a man basher, we're not talking about you. What we're talking about is women who know they want a different outcome, and you think you have more time than you have on the clock. You don't have the time. And see, that's one of the biggest things I notice. Women really underestimate how much time they have. This is one of the things that men bring to the table. We bring structure. GED walkers, thank you. So, shout out to all the weed walkers. Shout out to all the sandal walkers. Shout out to all the PhD walkers. That's right. Kevin Samuels, the guy, the Night's King, the weed walkers. So if you want to send in any clip art for this week, take something with the Night King. I'm looking for that Night King gift. I'm looking for you guys to put, take something from Hard Home or the Attack at Winterfell. Yeah. Even better, I'm looking for somebody who can take the Night King on the back of Drogon. Not on Rhaegal. Was it Rhaegal? Or Viserion? Viserion. Yeah, Godfather's a nerd. I'm looking for somebody to put on the back of that dragon. Guys, let's think about it. We got a wall in the Game of Thrones that we can play with this week. The wall and the weed walkers on the other side. The weed walkers and the wall. Miss Hardy, you got to unmute yourself. You got to start yourself. Okay. Go ahead and unmute yourself. The weed walkers. I don't want to just use weed walkers because that makes it a little too specific. I think that's kind of rude. It's funny, but I don't want to do that. So that was fun. Let's take that back. The greed walkers. The greed walkers. The greed walkers. Not weed walkers, the greed walkers. The greed walkers. Hello, how are you? How are you? I can't hear you. You got to say something, Renique. In the Zoom call. Hello? You got to slow. Okay, ma'am, you got to speak. You're on. Stop patting your hair. You're on. Hello. I'm going to put her on. Maybe she's not paying attention. She's not paying attention, y'all. So we're going to put her on camera so she'll pay attention. You paying attention now? Yeah, you're on, but you're patting your hair. So, Yeah. All right. Yeah, we could hear you long. Yeah, we could have heard you a long time ago. We heard you a long time ago. I don't know, but you're on. How are you? Your first name? I'm well. What's your first name? Okay. Do you have me on? Okay. See, this is when I get upset. Yes. I don't know you. I'm trying to interact with you, and it's like you got your phone in one hand, you're patting your hair, and it may seem like there may be a slight delay, and it looks like you're also watching YouTube. You need to be on the Zoom call. Just be on the Zoom call. Okay. Turn off everything else and just get on the Zoom call. All right, she's not paying attention. So she's not paying attention. I'm going to mute you because you're not getting it. Do not come on here with YouTube playing, me on the TV. The only thing that needs to be on is the Zoom call. Because it is nothing more frustrating to get you on here And y'all look crazy doing this. Hardy. Chandra Hardy. I'm going to bounce you out of the Zoom call if you don't get on. You got to get on, not just the ceiling. So, and so let's go ahead and bounce her out. Yeah, her main mic wasn't her. She's not on. I had to turn her off. She's still talking to herself. She thinks she's talking to me. Unmute yourself, Star.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Is it unmuted now, Kevin?
Yeah, it is. Do you have me on any other screen other than Zoom?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, that should... See, what I have to do to the audience, when they're like this, it takes about 30 seconds for the looping to stop. So, how are you? Star?
I'm here. I unmuted it.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
No, I don't.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to go ahead and just bounce you back to the waiting room. This is crazy. Nope, not going to do that. I've played enough of that. Hello, Miss Brown. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I came in a bit late, so I kind of missed most of what was happening. I came in for the weave walkers thing, so.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. Are you hearing me properly?
Yeah, you didn't answer the question. How are you? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I said I'm good. Oh, I'm sorry, probably the accent. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm fine.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. What do you got?
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
That's well, for the most part, I guess.
First off, did you watch any of the show? Hold on. Let's do this. Did you watch any of this show? Or did you just come in at the very last?
The show itself tonight? No.
Okay. Well,
that's what I'm saying. I wasn't
okay,
sure.
you fall back and no. I want to talk to people. I mean, you can come back after you kind of get caught up, but I'm not going to sit here and explain what's kind of going on. So, to the people, now maybe she can get it together. All right. So I understand there may be a little delay, but it's not that much of a delay. Akira, I don't know how to pronounce your name, the lady in the pink bathroom. You don't have your microphone connected, so you have no audio. Unmute yourself. Hello. Star.
I think I'm unmuted now, Kevin.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I'm 37.
All right. What do you got for me?
I just kind of want to tap in and get a little better understanding on what you're saying when you're saying about where we are today and what are our plans to prepare for winter is coming. And just kind of give you a background of what I have going on and to figure out, am I on the right path to prepare for the winter that's coming?
Well, what do you want as an outcome for your life regarding socially, a man?
A man. I want a partnership that we can.
Does that mean a husband?
Yes, a husband.
Okay.
That's
What,
definitely my
what I'm gonna
friend.
what I'm gonna need you ladies to start doing is stop calling. I'm gonna need you to stop diminishing marriage into partnerships and calling it marriage. You go into
Okay.
partnership with businesses. You just start calling. I'm just saying, not to you, but I think we diminish these titles so much. Just like when I see people calling themselves CEOs of of a sole proprietorship. You're not a goddamn CEO.
Well, I was thinking that marriage was a partnership. I mean, I mean, I get understanding when
But
you
it's not,
say
but that's
that.
the problem. It's not okay. But by calling him okay. So when you're married, do you mind if he calls you his old lady, his chick?
No, no, not once we get to the point of
Why?
marriage.
You want to be called a wife?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So you that title matters. Oh,
Yes,
okay. So you do understand the difference.
I do.
Thanks. That's all I'm trying to say. But you want to be married. That's all I'm trying to
Yes.
get. And see the fact that we got to do that. Let me just say this: Black people, we need to perform in formality and respect. We are far too informal with each other.
Right.
So you want a marriage and a husband. What else would you like?
In terms of out of the marriage,
Well,
or just
I'm
kind
just
of
trying
like
to
life.
understand big picture. What do you want? Because most of you, okay, I just want to understand what the outcome is. You want a marriage? Do you want children?
Yes, I actually have 3, Kevin.
How many fathers?
2.
Have you been married before?
No, sir.
Why have you chosen not to marry any of the fathers of your children?
Well, I have a 20-year-old and I have an 18-year-old,
Why
and they
have you
have the
chosen
same.
not to marry the father of any of your children?
Well, we were close to marriage with my first child, my first 2 kids' fathers.
What does that mean? What does close to marriage mean?
We were entertaining the idea. We were both open to it.
No. You already had children.
We had children together.
Did he want to marry you?
Yes, he did.
So I don't see. Now it's about to get hard. I hate it when you ladies come in and do this bullshit. You already had 2 human beings.
Yes.
And you talk about entertaining marriage. You should have entertained marriage before you entertained motherhood.
Right. Well, we're learning. Can I
I
grow?
get
Can
it.
I learn?
Well, unfortunately, yes, but it may be too late. Because if you're still talking about marriage as a partnership, and at 37 years old, you're still using words like I would expect a young girl to use, like I entertain marriage instead of saying I want a husband and I want to be a husband, I want to be a wife, I want additional kids, and I have 3 children by 2 different men, and I blew those relationships because I wasn't woman enough to walk down the aisle. That's what men really want to hear from y'all. Other
Right.
than this bullshit y'all come through here.
And you know what, Kevin? I really saw myself so much in when you stated that our culture of women are scared, operating in fear.
Mhm.
And I think that's what has been my problem, because marriage has not been a hard thing for me.
How old is your youngest child?
He's 8.
Why did you? Okay, so you were almost 30 when you had that child. Why didn't you marry his father?
That was more so of something that just kind of moved fast. I don't think
Now, you know good and damn well I'm not going to accept that. Why would you even come in? Why would you even come in me with it move fast? What did I ask you?
why didn't we get married?
Right.
I wasn't interested in a marriage with him, Kevin.
Why were you interested in having this baby?
She's looking dead at me, Kevin.
Well, okay. She needs to know the truth so she doesn't do this too.
She's definitely not going to do this.
No, I'm talking to you. You were not interested in marrying him, but why'd you have his baby?
Because it happened.
It didn't happen, ma'am. You are 30 years old having unprotected sex. You already had 2 children. You, more than any other woman on the planet, knows the outcome.
Right.
Now, why am I being this dip harder? Because you talking about you want a husband. No, you're looking for a stepfather. Any man who will marry you will be a stepfather. And a woman like you who can't take accountability.
I haven't not taken accountability.
No, you haven't in this conversation. You
I
just said it just
have. I
happened.
just told
No,
you.
you just
I
said it
was-
just
I was-
happened. Okay, ma'am. Maybe that. Okay, maybe to you that's taking accountability.
Okay, what could I have said that made it sound like accountability to you?
I was still more willing to be a mother than a wife, so I was having unprotected sex with a man who's not a husband.
Okay. Well, I apologize for not
Well, I'm
working
just saying that's
like
the
that.
truth. Why was
I
he good?
agree. I agree.
Okay, but my thing is, why have unprotected sex with a man like that? If you don't have sex with him, have sex with him. But why reproduce with him?
Because if it happens, what am I?
It didn't just happen.
We had sex. I got pregnant, and I made the decision, like you just said, to go ahead and be a mother to somebody that I knew was not a potential husband, and I made a mistake. So we are here today at 37, and I'm trusting your expertise to listen and learn.
Man, it didn't just happen. It didn't just happen. You are a mother of 2 children.
3.
You were a mother of 2 before you got pregnant with this child. You were in a sexual relationship with a man who was not of the caliber of man you would become a wife for. True or false? True or false?
True.
Then you choosing to have unprotected sex with that man did not just happen. That was a choice. Every time whatever position you guys chose, unprotected sex. How can so many other women on the planet choose to have sex with some of the worst of the worst men and not walk away with a baby? Because they choose to get contraception. They choose to not have babies with men. 33 forms of birth control available to 30-year-old women. It did not just happen. And any man that you will be talking about, you want to learn from, he's listening to this, and I would say, brother, what are you trying to say to this man? He'll be like, you're not taking any accountability. It just happened. It just happened.
Well,
No,
maybe I didn't word that correctly, but I have no problem with taking accountability.
Okay. All right, let's move
So
forward.
I apologize for not working.
Let's move forward.
in
Let's
that
move.
way,
Let's move. Let's
but I
move
do
forward.
take accountability.
Let's move forward. How about this then? How about this? Why do you want to get married now?
Because I feel like that's something that I deserve to experience. That's I feel like I have value to bring to our Black men in the community. I feel like I have a lot to offer, despite the mistakes that I had made. And that is why I am here, willing to have this conversation with you, because a lot of times, some of the things that I have been through, you mark us out for that. And I don't feel like that is fair or true.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on with my computer right now? A lot of things that I mark you out for.
Like in general.
I don't mark you out for anything.
Well, a lot of times you say.
No, ma'am. I'm talking. No. No, ma'am. I'm look. I don't mark you out for anything. I just now talked to you. I don't know you. Okay.
Well, generally speaking, I mean, I put myself in a category with women in general that have the same thing, where they have mistakes that they have made, taking accountability for not.
But the thing is,
way.
okay, ma'am. The thing is, Thing is, you say you're taking accountability, okay? And maybe this is the most accountability you've ever taken, but this is not accountability. You're saying that it just happened. That is not accountability. That is not accountability, man.
What?
Ma'am, if your
Well,
child came
Kevin,
home
I
with it, if
said
your
I
child came
apologize
home
for
with
not
it,
wording it
ma'am,
the
if
way
your
that you
child
want
came
me to
home with it,
word
if
it.
your child came home with an F in a subject and told you it just happened, but I'm trying to get you to understand. Hold on.
That wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly.
Right, it wouldn't fly.
You're right.
Okay, so
Absolutely not.
hold on just a second. Just a second.
Ronnie, go in your room and close your door.
Yeah. So, and that's all I'm trying to get ladies like you to understand, that when you're saying you're taking accountability, it doesn't seem like accountability to us. It sounds like, you're still blaming men, or not necessarily blaming men, but it's like, hold on, guys, we're having a little technical difficulty over here. I gotta shut some of this down. Okay, you didn't marry your other child's father. So, and you said you want to get married
No,
because
sir.
you feel like it's something you deserve, right?
Right. And whoever I marry, I feel like that's
But
something
what do you
I
mean?
feel
See,
like I'm
but
something
what men don't understand is how are you deserving of what do you mean you feel like it's something you deserve? What is that? I don't understand what that means.
you don't feel like you deserve marriage?
I'm talking to you, man. I want you to explain what it means when you say you deserve marriage at almost 40 years old with 3 children from 2 men. Why do you deserve marriage?
Exactly. So that goes back to what you just said. What I was just explaining to you. You put women in a category like me, myself,
Prioritize marriage.
the decisions that we
You haven't
make with the children.
prioritized marriage.
And I don't feel like that's fair.
You haven't prioritized marriage.
So why would I not deserve marriage
You haven't prioritized marriage.
of those situations? My children
This is insane. This is insane.
at 37.
This woman is insane.
Does that count us out?
Yep. Certainly does. Counts you out. Yep, certainly does.
Would it count a man out?
Or we're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. We're not talking about a man. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about. We're not talking about a man. No. We're not talking about. We're not talking about a man. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you.
Is that going to count them out?
We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. And see, that's one of the biggest misconceptions.
That's just my question.
This is one of the biggest misconceptions of women. We're not talking about a man. We're talking about you. You're a 37-year-old woman who never prioritized marriage. And now you talk about you deserve marriage at 37. You don't deserve anything. We get in life what we earn.
I know you didn't hang up on me.
I didn't hang up on you. We're having a system issue right now. I know what's going on with this damn thing. What is going on? Hello, can you hear me? Testing. Can you hear me? I can still see myself on camera. Testing. Yeah. Ecamm is still on. So, Guys, while she's trying to pop back on, I don't know what happened. So I had to try to shut down some of the power. She's still on. I'm gonna pop you out and bring you back in. But I want to finish this conversation with her because I think it's fascinating. Women think they deserve things now that, and you blame men like myself, telling her she doesn't deserve it. No, ma'am, you have not prioritized marriage. You have not prioritized marriage. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room and bring you back in. I think it's fascinating, guys. There are women like her. Hello? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. She's sitting there just frozen. Look. Ma'am, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, Kevin, I'm still here.
Yeah, we've been here for, I don't know what's going on, but we've been here.
I can't hear you.
H Christ. Testing, testing. You guys, she can't hear me. I don't know what's going on with her. So, anyway, everybody else can hear me. So, the problem's with you, ma'am. See, what I'm going to do is, but I'm going to finish having this conversation. See, she's looking one direction, and then it looks like her computer's somewhere else. So it's like you got me on a TV and a computer or something. I've said it already. You need to be looking at one damn device. And that's what it is right there. Look at it. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. One device.
Kevin.
Yep. One device is what she should be looking at. But nope, can't have that. Unfortunately, ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. Ma'am, come back. Leave and come back, because if I drop you, it's not going to go through. What happened with all that? All right. So, unmute yourself. Hello?
I put it on my phone, Kevin. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can. Okay, ma'am. Did you have me on your
Can you hear
phone?
me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, ma'am.
Kevin, I don't know if you can hear me.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
She
I
has
can.
me on.
Okay, ma'am. Did you
She
have
has
me
me
on
on
your
a
phone?
damn phone. Yes. That was the strangest thing ever. I think my computer backed up and said it was just tired of the foolishness. All right, so There we go. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So I don't know what just happened. It seemed like the system was trying to do a system update. So I'm gonna bring her back in, but I'm gonna say this to you, ma'am. Star, the problem is on your side too. You have me on your phone and you have me on a computer. Pick one device and turn the other one off. Don't talk to me. Don't say anything. Just don't, because if you speak, it's going to start circling through. You choose one device because you're looking at me here and then you keep going over there. Whatever device that you're looking directly into looks like a computer. Wave at me when you can hear me. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at, so you guys know what I'm talking about. Wave at me when you can hear me. That is the device you need to be dealing with. All right. Unmute yourself. Wow. There's a lot of lag here. Unmute yourself. Shit. Unmute. Hello.
Unmuted.
All right. H Christ. Now.
I only had it on both.
Okay, let's just keep on. It's fine. We're here. There's problems over here too. But what I'm more concerned with is you seem to think that I'm telling you something that the world has not already told you. You say that I say that women like you don't have a shot, right? My thing is, you have 3 children by 2 dudes, and you had sex with a man. Due respect, your child was in the room with you. People in the chat room had to tell you, send your kid out of the room.
Yes.
Right? Yes? Ma'am, I need you to speak. I'm not having a conversation with myself. Did you hear what I said?
I'm trying to give you time to finish. I'm listening.
No, what I'm saying, people in the chat room told you to have ask you to send your child out of the room, yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why was she?
I'm not sure what they said. I'm not paying attention to.
All right. So one of the answers, when I'm asking you about her father, you saying she's sitting there looking you in the face. When I'm asking you about her dad, yes. Why is she okay? I don't think the kids should be around adult conversations because you don't know where they're going to go. So that's a problem. That's a problem for any man that deals with you because you're so into what you thinking or wanting.
That's
you're not
correct.
paying attention.
And that's why I asked her to leave.
But she shouldn't have been there in the first place. Where are you? What city do you live in? What city do you live in?
Right. I live in Florida. Panama City, Florida. Panama City, Florida.
I'm going to say something, and when I finish saying yes, I want you to say yes. I need to see how much of a delay is there. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yes.
There is no delay. You can hear me. I asked you what city you live in, and you just sat there.
It's a huge delay because everything you're saying, once you finish, it says it again. On my end, it is.
I'm going to move on to somebody else.
Panama City.
I'm going to move on to somebody else. It should not be this much of a delay. This is on you, not me. That's not my system. That's yours. Everybody else can hear it at the same time. If you want to decide to come back out.
Okay, let's try it again.
No,
don't go, Kevin. Hold on.
No, you can leave and come back in. I'm not going to remove you, but I got other things to do.
Okay, can you try it again?
I'm going to put you in the waiting room, and after I'm finished talking to everybody, if you're still available, then I'll come back to you. That is incredible. There shouldn't be this amount of delay or that or this or that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish having these conversations. I need everybody to stay where they are right now. I'm going to do a hard system power down and restart. It'll take about 3 minutes. 3 minutes and we're back. So I'm going to just do a hard restart because I'm even seeing digitization. 3 minutes. All right, so now we're back up. Should be back up. There's a Zoom meeting currently in progress, so let's launch that. That's the Zoom widget. All right, I'm gonna launch this. I think the system got a little overheated. So sometimes you just gotta relaunch and start everything back up again. It's still sluggish, but there's a Zoom meeting in progress. All right, there we go. So what I would do, go back to the previous meeting, through this. So guys, what I'm trying to do is get everything back, queued back in. It's gonna take a second. Yeah, dude. Don't know why that's moving so slow. But if it continues to do this, we're just going to have to pick this back up tomorrow. That was good. That was going to be a good one too. Because I think what this typifies and what it really shows is just the little disconnect so many people have today from reality of the situation. What I was trying to really get to is at 37 years old with 3 children, what have you learned? And to say she feels like she deserves a marriage, I'm curious as to understand why women feel like they deserve anything. Why people feel like they deserve somebody else's stuff. Yeah, there's something going on with my computer too. Because this is taking far too much power. Is it for a mental health advocate? I know, right? I mean, and I try not to be, go too far, but it's like, come on, at what point do we really sit back and just look and say, no, no one owes you anything. You're not owed anything. You get from this world what you put into it. And I think that is a fair thing to tell anybody. And the thing is, I think ladies don't really seem to understand it. You got men on the other end of these situations. It's like, well, what do men deserve? Do men deserve anything other than just providing for you after you feel like you ready to settle down now or whatever? Oh, it's Chrome. Oh, forget it, man. All right, man. I think we're just having issues on this side. There was a big power drain for some reason. I'm gonna try this one more way, and if I can't get it in this way, then I'm just gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. It shouldn't be this complicated to launch programs. It really should not. Really? Yeah, it's the system. Well, guys, we tried. It's the system right now. There's something going on with my system. And I think, it's, damn it, updates. Or maybe we can do it this way. I'll give it one more try. Because I want to be able to give you guys the rest of the show. Wow. Launch meeting. Open Zoom US. There it is. All right.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Unmute myself. All right. Izzy, you need to unhide yourself Anybody in the Zoom room? You need to unhide yourself. All right. Go ahead and unmute. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Thank you for showing that it's not just my system over here, because you can hear me just fine.
It's not.
Yeah, that's something wrong with that lady. So what do you got going? It's winter time.
It is. And first, thanks for me and showing one of my favorite shows that just so happened to have ended horribly, if I may say so
I know,
myself.
my God, it was terrible. How old are you, by the way?
I am 29. I will be 30 on my father's birthday, September 24th this year.
All right. So what do you got for me?
So I did want to ask you, like, what do you like in today's society?
Mm-hmm.
How would you propose that we as women prepare our young ladies for marriage? Because when you say that, what I basically think of, and the closest thing that I can think of is
when you say prepare our young ladies, meaning who? Your daughters?
Daughters.
Do you have any children?
I do.
Are you married?
I am not.
Well, that's the first thing you do. That's the first thing you do.
I've been asked.
Okay, so that's the first thing you gotta do. Kids don't listen to what we say; they listen to what we do.
Exactly.
All the words you have to say for your daughter mean nothing compared to showing them what to do, because they're gonna ask, "Well, Mom, why aren't you married to my dad?" Unless the father is unavailable for marriage, meaning death.
Available for marriage. My daughter's father.
Is he alive?
He is.
Is he married?
No.
What do you mean? Then what makes him unavailable?
He is currently. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know if I should say. He's currently serving time, and
he's alive. But he's alive.
He is. Thank goodness.
That doesn't make him unavailable for marriage.
Correct. That is very
true. If he was your husband, he'd be married to. See, for better for worse, sickness and poorness, riches and health, to death do us part doesn't say anything about prison. You picked him, marry him.
Indeed, you are correct. Indeed.
So what I'm saying in a very direct way is, ladies, you've been told marriage is the ultimate option. You can decide to come in and out depending upon, and you can rewrite it as you want to. It's meant to be a rigid, inflexible thing. So whatever you tell a person is going to be irrelevant, because they're going to say, well, why didn't you do that?
I've already had that conversation with my daughter, though, Kevin.
But how old is she?
My daughter is 9.
If you don't think your daughter is wondering why you aren't married to her dad, you are naive.
Her father and I have already had that conversation.
I'm talking about you and her. You asked how to get her ready. So y'all imbue your children with these fairy-like mystical properties, like they're not human beings. She's not a fool.
I think I'm a realist when speaking with my daughter.
Huh?
If I may say so myself, I think that I am a realist.
Well, you asked how to prepare, right?
When I say in your terms, what do you mean? Like,
marry before you carry is the best way to do it. And unless the father's dead, marry the father. That's the way you prepare.
I was told no. I was actually turned down, and it wasn't because.
Well, then you don't have the baby. See, this is the problem. This is ultimately the problem. See, the marry before you carry thing is something for a reason. If he didn't want to marry you, you shouldn't have had his baby. And I need you to listen. I need all you ladies to listen, because this is how men think. If you wasn't good enough for your baby daddy, why do we want another man's leftovers? Because you're all leftovers to us.
Babe, did you hear that? He's in the other room listening.
I'm sorry. So I said it loud enough for him to goddamn hear it.
No, he's watching.
Because we know we're not your first choice, because the man you make a baby for is the dude you want to be with.
Understood. And you know what? My father said the same thing.
Well,
And I
then
thought
why
you may have
are you
put it
fighting
to
me on when I said how do you prepare your kid? You know how to prepare it. Your ego's in the
I'm
way.
not fighting. I
I'm
really
not
wanted to
fighting,
get
pushing back,
what
or
you
whatever.
were
That's
saying
ultimately,
because I think I came
what
in
it comes
towards the
down
end.
to is ultimately you got to model it. That's all I'm ultimately saying.
Model it.
You got to model it. So I don't know why y'all think I'm going to change what I'm going to say just because somebody else in the damn room. I walk around this life. I say what I say and I mean it and I stand on it. You can't be me and not say what you mean. Star, are you ready? I need you to sit in one space. Because now we just proved that it wasn't my audio. She's moving all around outside. This woman is insane. Look at this. This woman is insane, y'all. This woman is insane. Yep. So now we proved that it's your phone and your audio. See? And she just went and sat down another computer. Star, you have 10 seconds to get your shit together.
Got it together, Kevin.
Good. Why do you think you deserve marriage at 37 with 3 kids and you didn't require marriage to have 3 kids?
Why would I not deserve a
No.
marriage?
See, that's not how you answer.
Age?
That's not how you answer a question. You answer a question. You don't answer a question with a question. Why would you deserve marriage at 37 with 3 kids from 2 dudes and you didn't require marriage to make 1, 2, or 3 children? Why would you deserve it?
Because regardless of the mistakes I've made, I have grew. And I still feel like I deserve a chance. Regardless, I wasn't saying that.
You haven't said why you said why you want it. Why do you deserve it?
Because I have a lot to offer, Kevin. Just because
Then
I made
tell
a
us.
mistake
Then
with
tell
children.
us. Then tell us. You said you deserve. Then you start trying to put a bunch of bullshit on me. I'm going to challenge your bullshit. Why do you deserve?
I deserve it because I feel like I have a lot of value. I feel like I am a good woman that a Black man should and could have in his life.
Then why didn't you?
Then
why didn't you? If you, how long have you felt this way? How long have you felt this way?
Maybe since I was about 30. Before 30, I don't think I was interested in marriage, Kevin. Like I definitely consider myself saved. But
how old is your youngest child?
Sir?
How old is your youngest child?
She's 8.
So before 30, you didn't deserve it.
I wasn't interested in it.
All right. But see, ma'am, you gotta understand something. What you did before 30 matters.
Right.
Why does a woman who loves her children and why does a mother and father who love their children, who raise a productive, competitive, successful Black man, a stable, functioning son, why does he deserve to become your husband, stepfather to 3 children from 2 dudes, and the last one you didn't even want to marry? Why does that man have to take that? Instead of going to get, oh yes, listen, oh yeah. Instead, no. See, that's what you're not gonna fucking do that.
So
you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're going to answer the question the way I formulate it, or it's going to be a very bad day. I get really pissed off when you ladies try to answer questions with questions because you're trying to be smart and snarky. Then I snap.
So maybe, let me reword it then, Kevin. I apologize.
But that's not even proper, ma'am. You don't, if you're, okay, let's back down. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I provide home care services. I have my own home care business. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm also getting ready to graduate nursing school December.
So where in the world, in business, when someone in a position of authority a position of power, they ask you to do something or ask you a question, and you turn around and ask them a question to respond to the question. You don't. You do that with black men. You deserve shit.
I do deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve exactly what you got. Nothing.
Kevin, don't be like that.
I'm being like that because I've sat here and listened to you talk about what you deserve.
You haven't even.
Man, I've put you on so many different times, and I've said, and I'm sitting here advocating for men,
and
I'm sitting here trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why. Okay, I got it.
Because we was delayed.
I'm trying to understand why somebody needs to raise their son to end up dealing with you. Why someone would deserve you as a daughter-in-law.
Because I'm an asset. I'm not a liability.
How? You're not an asset. You have 3 children. Ain't nothing about this as an asset. Look at this. This is more that I am a queen because I found Jesus after I had 3 kids. It doesn't matter. It matters to men who have a choice. It matters. I had sex with a man that I wouldn't even consider making. I wouldn't want to marry him, but it was good enough for the sex. Then you think a man who's worth his salt needs to come out and be a stepfather to that? Black women, this is what I need you to understand. This is what they think your sons deserve. This is what they think your sons deserve. Leftovers. Because she just decided to you have not heard this woman take any accountability, the least bit of humility. And think about it, she's shown her probably on her best behavior on this. Can you imagine what happens when she feels like she's your equal?
I'll make you famous.
This is what they think you deserve, black man. I'm going to go do what I want to. And because I say, well, I deserve better now. I've got it together now. That's what you deserve. Buy a dog. Die alone. Because as long as I am here, I am going to stand 10 toes down and advocate for men. Men have been told we have to put up with this and tolerate this and cower to this. And not once do you hear women like her even come in saying, I deserve. What do you bring? I'm an asset. I'm a this. I'm that. How? Because I found Jesus and I feel like I'm deserving now. Okay, great. In what ways? Well, you tell me what ways. Black man, you deserve better. And I will continue to say, men, you deserve better. That's why they don't like me. That's why they want the petition to remove him and get out of here. And da, 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 da. But yet they don't consider that to be violence. They don't consider that to be abuse. They don't consider any of the stuff they come on here talking about men to be anything other than what you deserve. If you was a man, you'd put up. If you was a man, you'd stand for it. If you was a man, you'd deal with it. What about the men you had kids for? Oh, well, you know, I had an itch I need to scratch. They don't count. You pay the bill, though.
She belongs to the streets.
10 toes. That's why I say everybody listen to me a high value man, but I don't believe that average men deserve subpar women. I don't believe that average men deserve women who think that after they've done everything they want to do in their life, that they get to come over here and question why you need to get out there and break your back and provide for them like those are your kids in wintertime.
Winter is coming.
Not once did this woman come out and say, you know what? At 37 years old, I realized that I was selfish, self-centered, full of myself, out here living life, doing my thing. I made my mistakes. Everybody does. But now I found the Lord. Now more grace and more mercy. Now I want to sit down and be humble. I want to work with a man. I want to serve a man. I want to actually have a better second half of my life than the first half of my life. And this is what I want to do for that man. If he would be willing to partner with me and take on the responsibility of being a stepfather to another man's child, even though I didn't make the best decision, I'm willing. None of that. None of that. It's just, she's all in the comment section. Don't nobody give a shit about what you talk about, lady. Look at her. She all in the comment section. You got your 15 minutes of fame? 2.0? Women like this disgust me. And why? Because of the attitude. Not the situation. Not the children. Not the mistakes. It's the attitude. That you as a man, a black man, it's all you deserve. No. No, my brother, you deserve better. And that is not all women. Make for damn sure. Unfortunately, just like in far too many situations, it is the vocal minority who overrepresent because they're loud. I'm looking for the silent majority of black men and black women, like showed up on the appreciation show. The silent majority. That is our problem. Let me go ahead and check this. That is our problem. We have ceded the ground to the worst of us, to the worst of our intentions for too long. So I said in the 80s and 90s, black men, we took our eye off the ball. We were so busy trying to work and stack money and get paper and this or that. We let the carrier virus of gangster rap and hip hop flip our culture from Cosby to chaos. And now we're living with that because we all thought we go get our BMW and our condo and we could live our lives and that don't touch us. Wrong. We were so wrong to allow this stuff to persist. We had X-Clan and Public Enemy and conscious rap and everything else, and we allowed this gangster hip-hop blow this shit up. Even though it was marketed from this executive and that, we didn't have to buy it. We didn't have to support it. We didn't have to glorify it. We didn't have to wear the fashions. We didn't have to do any of that stuff. And now we're fighting to gain back ground because we have took our eye off the ball and let ourselves be to the common denominator. Conversely, ladies, if men can own that and everything else, the degradation of the black male image that we participated in, now men have said back since 1990, 2000, and really said enough. I'm tired of seeing us on Cops, America's Most Wanted. We're going to do what we have to do. We're going to bite the bullet and we're going to claw our way up to where 51% of black men are single and childless, 64% are in the middle class. Black men are doing far better in the last 20 years than in the first 30 of my life. But what are you doing as a counterbalance to those men? You're saying now you deserve them? And you get upset when I say you really don't get any higher than your BD, your child's father. That's what so many women get upset for. Because like that last woman, thinking that the upper limit is her baby daddy pisses her off. You shouldn't have a kid for him. It's not realistic to think a man should come along and be responsible for somebody else. This show, the power is just not act the right, guys. So we're going to end this. This week's going to be fire. Part 2 to this show is going to be on Wednesday. If you have a disagreement, raise your hand. Hello?
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 Am I on?
Briefly, do you have a disagreement or do you have a question or a disagreement?
Oh, no, I don't disagree whatsoever. I tapped in because you had brought up Sierra. And
okay, hold on. I have very limited power right now, and it's kind of sketchy right now. So I'm trying to get to the people who have a question or a disagreement. Hold on just a second. Do any of you ladies in here have a question or a disagreement? If so, raise your hand. In the Zoom call, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Sharon. All right. All right. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hello.
So my name is Sharon and I'm in North Carolina. And I was just wondering, I'm 21 by the way, but I was just wondering about, so basically I'm in med school and I see a lot of Black men and they're also in med school as well. But I noticed that those men in my med school don't Black girls, they want white girls. I know you've spoken about this sometime on your channel and stuff like that, but I was wondering what else I could do as a Black woman to, I guess.
Hold on. No, so when you make a sweeping generalization, I'm going to ask some questions. Because oftentimes when you women talk about men, you talk about 100% of men like it's the 10% of men you're interested in. So when you say they want white women, you're speaking as if 100 or the vast majority of Black men in medical school only want white women. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm not trying to say all the.
But that's what you said. But that's what you said, and that's why I'm clarifying. The Black men you would be interested in, according to you, they're interested in white women. The question is why. So have you asked them why?
I've asked some of them why, and it's
what
just
did they say?
That a lot of them said they were kind of like scarred in a way that based on like
scarred from whom?
Or where
scarred from whom?
Scarred by other Black women. So, for example, they didn't like how other Black women acted earlier on in their life, so they learned how to like white women, I guess.
So, if you ask the men you're interested in why they're not interested in Black women, and you heard what they said, why are you asking me what to do? Why don't you do what they want?
It's not like they're telling me, I need to do this, this, and that in order to. I'm asking what else I could do.
See, hold on. What I'm trying to get you to understand is Black men, like you're talking about, typically aren't asked. But if they told you why, are you presenting a better product and are you being competitive? How are you trying to steal Karen's boyfriend?
So I
how are you trying to steal Becky's boyfriend?
I mean, I was raised properly. I'm not like.
In other words, Kevin, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Thank you. And would Becky try to steal your boyfriend?
I'm sorry, what?
And would Becky try to steal your boyfriend?
Mm-mm.
You don't think? Excuse me?
I mean, I feel like she would try it. But
no, I didn't say no. I need you to listen real carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Would Becky try to steal your medical student Black boyfriend if she were interested in him?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. That's why you lose. You're calling a 52-year-old man to find a way to not compete. You know where the men are. You see them. You're attracted to them. You ask them why they're with white women. He tells you why you're with white women. And instead of getting in there, beating Becky and taking her man, you look for somebody else. You guys don't think to fight. You want a man to lay down. Impossible. The kind of men you want, the top 3%, 1%, you're going to have to fight for them.
Yeah, so my question was, I'm already in that circle. I'm asking what else I could do.
You haven't even tried. Okay, ma'am, unless I missed something, you said you haven't tried to take Becky's boyfriend.
No, I said you asked if Becky tried to take my boyfriend.
I said first, have you tried to take Becky's boyfriend? And you said no, I wasn't raised that way.
Oh, yes.
I know what I heard. Why have you not tried to take Becky's boyfriend? Thank you. Thank you, Black man. I want you to hear what she's saying. Just because it comes across sugar and spice and feminine, still look for the bullshit, because I shouldn't have to fight for you. You should be a 1% Black man sitting there unattached waiting for me. Bullshit. Fight for him or buy a dog or get a lesser man. That's the answer. Now, what are you going to do? You gonna fight for him, or you gonna get a lesser man, or buy a dog? Those are your options.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fight for him.
Then go take Becky's boyfriend, and don't ask me what should you do if you happen to find one that is unavailable. The unavailable or unattached guy ain't the one you want. Every man you want is wanted by another woman. Knuckle the French toast up. Or watch Becky walk down the aisle and laugh at you. Harsh reality, but you said it. Becky would fight you. Becky would try to take him from you, right? Why don't y'all learn from Becky? Because the black man ain't nothing to be fought over. That's the truth. And that's the sad part. Yeah, that's the truth. You don't have to say it, but we know our culture.
No.
All right, then, Well, I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't this, I wasn't that. So Becky was raised wrong. She was raised to... So let me put that back on camera. So every other woman that would know to fight for a high value man, they were raised wrong and you were raised right?
No, what I said was, and not raised to fight for a man. I wasn't raised to just intrude on that type of stuff. I said I wasn't raised.
What do you mean intrude? What do you mean intrude? Look, ma'am, either you're single or you're married. But let me help you with something. My aunt helped me get over this bullshit when I was young. I'm going to help you. You ready for the help?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
My aunt told me, you try to play too nice, Kevin. Every time you find a woman that you like and she has a boyfriend, you try to do the nice and honorable thing and go find somebody else. That's a formula for being nice and alone. Unless you are married, you are single. Thank you to my aunt who is no longer here. She gave me a bit of advice that has helped me immensely over my life. It is blood sport. All is fair in war and what? All is fair in what? And war and what?
War and love.
Love. You want a man in the top 1%. If he is unmarried, he is what?
He's single.
Thank you. Well, tell me what you weren't raised to do. You were raised to not fight for a black man. Is what you were raised to do. And I'm checking that shit. Fight for the black men you want, or watch your top men go to Becky, Marisol, Malinga, Jamila, and you know goddamn well that they will cut your Achilles and your kneecaps just to sniff him. See, they don't like when I tell them that, brothers. See, my enemies, they're going to clip that. They're going to be pissed. Oh, he's wanting our sister to get out here and fight. You damn right. You right. I want you to get out here and fight for the men you say you want. I want you to get out here and fight for the men who have to fight to become the best version of yourself. You damn right. And I want the men to see you fight.
Stopped.
And I want the men to see you fight for them, because then they'll know you got some skin in the game. That way they'll know you're serious. That way they'll know you're invested. You damn right I want to see you fight. And so do other men. All right. I got to get off this show. This show's starting to lag, but good, man. We ran late. This is going to be an incredible week. Wednesday, I'm going to backup power system, backup battery, part 2. But I'm glad I was able to get Sharon Star on here to say exactly what I felt like I was getting from her anyway. Entitled baby mama. It's not the baby mama part. It's the entitlement part. You deserve. Not you want to work. See, this is what they talk about. Women like her, that vocal minority, gets a lot of airtime. They make a lot of videos. They write a lot of columns. They always start blogs and this and that. But it's the silent majority of women that I'm calling on you ladies to step up. Like that young lady, she will be a part of the silent majority. And it is time for you to step into your place to fight for your men. Because just like you don't want to see her go to, your men go to Becky, you damn sure don't want to see them go to Star either. You want them to go to you. Star and Becky are your opponents for the kind of men you say you want. Becky will fight. At least Star, even with her entitled self, she'll put her bid in. You better get to work. So next time, you know how we go. I got to go. This has been a hell of a show. Clip it. Don't report. And by the way, don't be my videos on YouTube. The content's on YouTube, and I see you. If it's seen and it's uploaded, I ain't gonna get a question. You're just gonna get a strike. Stop uploading my content unless it's an actual reaction video and you actually have approval. All right, but either way, you know how we do. Till next time, peace. We're gone. I'm a PhD.